everybody, welcome back. This is some more Casual Commander we got going on here. Today, we're going to be doing ninjas. Now, from what I've seen, there's a lot of ninjas out there that use the really super cheap one, and I think it's Shuriko or something like that. And it cheats out a lot of ninjas and it's super fast, super aggressive. We're taking a more chill route, and we're going with Vela the Nightclad for 1 blue and 1 black. And the reason why is because she has Intimidate, which is this creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or creatures that share a color with it. Also gives other creatures you control Intimidate. So all of our blue and black ninjas will need either blue or black or artifact creatures to block them, which means you got a lot of red and green decks out there. Not as many white, but you got a lot of those other things out there that you'll be able to just swing in and beat. So it's great. There are a lot of black as well, and a lot of blue, now I'm thinking about it. But that's all right. You'll work your way around it anyway. Because I do have other things in here besides just this to get around some ninja stuff. But whenever Vela the Nightclad or another creature you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life, and she's a 4/4. So that works as well. So the whole idea of ninjutsu is you attack with something that's unblocked, you pay the ninjutsu cost, that comes in, this leaves, you paying them for an extra damage. It's neat. It works. Probably not the best ninja commander, obviously, but we're not going for the most efficient or the top tier power stuff. We're going for more casual, so it's more chill. I've heard 1 or 2 people, talk about this here and there, saying it's not very good. It's perfectly fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Swamp. Kaido, Cunning Infiltrator, 1 and 2 blue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaido. +1, up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card, then discard a card. -2, create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. -9, you get an emblem with whenever a player casts a spell, you create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. 3, Skyclave Relic with a 3 kicker. Kicker means it's an additional cost. You don't have to pay it, but if you do, you get a benefit from it. It's indestructible, and you tap it to add a mana of any color. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you create 2 tapped tokens that are copies of it. So it basically gives you 2 extra indestructible any mana color tapping rocks. It's awesome. Another swamp. Another swamp. Blink of an eye, 1 and a blue. This also has a kicker cost for 1 and a blue. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, draw a card. So you can do this to an opponent. You want to get something out of the way so you can have a free swing, or you can do it to one of your own creatures if you want to pop some extra damage. Gilded Drake, 1 and a blue. Flying. When Gilded Drake enters the battlefield, exchange control of Gilded Drake and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. If you don't or can't make an exchange, sacrifice Gilded Drake. This ability still resolves if its target becomes illegal. 3/3. So right there, you can cast Gilded Drake, switch something with an opponent, cast Blink of an Eye, return Gilded Drake to your hand, do it again. It's a lot of fun. For you, not necessary for your opponents. Rogue's Passage. Tap for a colorless, or you can pay 4 mana and tap to have target creature can't be blocked this turn. Sea Hag, 4 and a blue. When Sea Hag enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -4/-0 until end of turn. It's a 3/5. Or you can do its adventure for 2 and a blue. Up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked. Perplex, 1 a blue and a black. Counter target spell unless its controller discards his or her hand. Or you can transmute it for the same cost, one mana blue and a black. To discard this card, insert your library for a card with a converted mana cost that's the same as this card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. Only do it as a sorcery. Out of the way. I know. Don't worry. Thousand Face Shadow, 1 blue. Ninjutsu, 2 and 2 blue. So, return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. Flying. When Thousand Face Shadow enters the battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. The token enters the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It's a 1/1. Mist Syndicate Naga, 2 and a blue. It also has ninjutsu for 2 and a blue. Whenever you deal combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of Mist Syndicate Naga, 3/1. Island. Another island. Plague Drone, 3 and a black. Flying. If an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. It's the 3/3, sorry. Kaido's Pursuit, 2 and a black. Target player discards 2 cards. Ninjas and rogues you control gain menace until end of turn, meaning they can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Malicious Malfunction, 1 and 2 black. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Nice little removal there. Tribute to Urborg, 1 and a black. Has a kicker of 1 and a blue. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. If it was kicked, that creature gets an additional -1/-1 until end of turn for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. So cast more stuff and you can blow up bigger things. Ghost Form, 1 and a blue. Up to 2 target creatures can't be blocked this turn. Voila. Zephyr Charge, 1 and a blue. It's an enchantment. You pay 1 and a blue and target creature gains flying until end of turn. Another way to become unblockable, because not a lot of people tend to run flying creatures or creatures with reach. So giving something flying is awesome. Myers Grasp, 1 and a black. Enchanted creature gets -3/-3. Okiba Salvage, 4 and a black. Return target creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then put 2 +1/+1 counters on that permanent if you control an artifact and an enchantment. Underground Sea taps for black or blue. This is one of them dual lands. Peregrine Drake, 4 and a blue. Flying. When it comes into play, untap up to 5 lands. Awesome stuff. It's a 2/3. Sword of Sinew and Steel, 3 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from black and red. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target planeswalker and up to 1 target artifact. Equip cost 2. Fogwalker, 1 and a blue. It has Skulk. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. 1 and a 3. Swamp. Silver Fur Master, blue and a black. Ninjutsu, blue and a black. Ninjutsu abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate. Other ninja and rogue creatures you control get +1/+1. And it's a 2/2. Looks a lot like a younger Splinter from the Ninja Turtles. Even though it has the walking stick. Still looks younger. Prosperous Thief, 2 and a blue. Ninjutsu, 1 and a blue. Whenever 1 or more ninja creatures or ninja or rogue creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. That's a 3/2. Fallen Shinobi, 3, a blue and a black. Ninjutsu for 2, a blue and a black. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Until end of turn, you may play those cards without paying their mana cost. 5/4. Swiftfoot Boots, 2 mana. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. Hexproof can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. 1 mana to equip. Dimir Aqueduct. Enters tapped. When it enters, return a land you control to your hand, and then it can tap for a blue and a black. Vidalcan Shackles, 3 mana. You may choose not to untap Vidalcan Shackles during your untap step. You pay 2 and tap it. Gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to the number of islands you control for as long as Vidalcan Shackle remains tapped. Sakashima Student, 2 and 2 blue. Ninjutsu, 1 and a blue. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a ninja in addition to its other types. It's a 0/0. Departed deckhand, 1 and a blue. When it becomes the target of a spell, you sacrifice it. It can't be blocked except by spirits. And you can pay 3 and a blue to have another target creature you control can't be blocked except by spirits. 2/2. Battle Rage Blessing, 1 and a black. Target creature gains Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. That's if you got something that you need to have survive. Oh no, the corner, the thing's a little bent. I don't like that. There we go. Gotta straighten that out. Hanging out in there all bent. Unacceptable. There we go. That looks nicer. Oh, I missed one. Island. Moon Circuit Hacker, 1 and a blue. Ninjutsu, a blue. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless it entered the battlefield this turn. It's a 2/1. Case of the Shifting Visage, 1 and 2 blues. It is one of the newer cards. It is a case. So like, you know, a detective case. It's from that Murders of Karlov Manor thingy. At the beginning of your upkeep, Surveil 1. Surveil is you look at the card, and then you can either put it back on top or into the graveyard. I think that's what Surveil does. I've never used Surveil, so I don't remember, but I think that's what it does. And then you can solve the case. There are 15 or more cards in your graveyard. If unsolved, solve at the beginning of your end step. When it is solved, whenever you cast a non-legendary creature spell, copy that spell. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares, 2, a blue and a black. This is the new Kaito that they came out with a little while ago. Ninjutsu, 1, blue and a black. During your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. +1. You get an emblem with ninjas you control get +1/+1. 0, Surveil 2. Then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. -2, tap target creature. Put 2 stun counters on it. It is a 4 mana. This is a great one to have in a ninja deck. Or if you had another deck that has the Nextwood or the Mistwood Nexus, I think is what it's called. And that says all creatures or all types of creatures, or you pick a creature and all creatures become that type. I can't remember which one. But you do that in, any deck that is blue-black or has blue-black in it, so 3, 4, 5 mana color decks. And then you cast this, and then you get, ninjas and all bunch. So there's things that you can do with it. It doesn't just have to be in a ninja deck. Impede Momentum, 1 and a blue. Tap target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. Stun counter is you put it on, and then at the beginning of the upkeep, if it would untap, you remove that counter instead. And then you have to go wait till the next turn, and etc. And then you scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. Either put it on the top or the bottom of your library. Dimir Infiltrator, a blue and a black. It is unblockable. Or you can transmute it for 1, a blue and a black. You discard it. Search your library for a converted mana cost the same as this one, so 2. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Play only as a sorcery. It is a 1/3. Mana Drain, 2 mana, 2 blue. Counter target spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Add an amount of colorless equal to that spell's mana value. So if you are sitting there and you're going, I'm going to cast a spell, or someone else is going to cast a spell, right? And they want to stop your spell and they counter your spell, you can counter your spell and then get that mana for you. Or during someone else's turn, if they're going to cast something big, right? It is 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. You cast it, you counter that spell. You now get 5 free mana at the beginning of your next main phase. Island. Island again. Gutter Skulker. 3 and a blue. Gutter Skull can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. Disturb. 3 and a blue. You may cast this card from your graveyard transformed for its disturb cost. It is a 3/3. And if you bring it back, it becomes an aura. Enchanted creature can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. If Gutter Shortcut would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Negate. 1 and a blue. Counter target non-creature spell. Slither Blade. 1 blue. Slither Blade can't be blocked. 1 and a 2. Shizo Death's Storehouse. It's a legendary land. Taps for a black. Or you can pay a black and tap it. Target legendary creature gains fear until end of turn, meaning it can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. So you got some good options in here so far if you can't get your commander out. Allura, Merry Thief, 2 and a blue. Whenever you attack, up to 1 target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. Return that creature to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Choose a background if you wanted to have this as your commander, and it's a 3/2. Cyclonic Rift, 1 and a blue. I believe this is also a game changer. I can't remember. Probably is. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Or you can pay 6 and a blue to change target to each. So I'm going to return your 1 single card to your hand. Or you can go, I'm going to return everybody's cards to their hands, except for yours. Metallic Mimic, 2 mana. As it enters, choose a creature type. Ninjas or rogues. This is also in the chosen type, and each creature you control of the chosen type enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. It's a 2/1. Willbreaker, 3 and 2 blue. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, gain control of that creature for as long as you control Willbreaker. 2/3. Polymorphous Rush, 2 and a blue. Polymorphous Rush costs 1. Polymorphous Rush costs 1 and a blue. More to cast for each target beyond the first. So it costs 3 to target 1. It costs 5 to target 2. It costs 7 to target 3, etc. Choose a number. Choose a creature on the battlefield. Any number of target creatures you control each become a copy of that creature until end of turn. Moonblade Shinobi, 3 and a blue. Ninjutsu, 2 and a blue. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 blue illusion creature token with flying. It's a 3/2. Kami of Restless Shadows, 4 and a black. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Return up to 1 target ninja or rogue creature from your graveyard to your hand. Or put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. It's a 3/3. 3 Tree City. As it enters, choose a creature type, ninjas or rogues. Add a colorless, or you can pay 2 and choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. Island. Swamp. Armor of Shadows, 1 black. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible. Azra Smoke Shaper, 3 and a black. Ninjutsu, 1 and a black. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. 3/3. Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni, 4 and 2 black. Ninjutsu, 3 and 2 black. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may put target creature card from that player's graveyard into play under your control. 1 and a black to regenerate. Ink Eyes. It's a 5/4. Island. Extract from Darkness. 3, a blue and a black. Each player mills 2 cards. Then you put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Swamp. And Essence Scatter. 1 and a blue. Counter target creature spell. Let's take a quick sip here. Gotta stay hydrated. Island. Umezawa's Jeet. 2 mana. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, put 2 charge counters on Umezawa's Jeet. Remove a charge counter, and then you choose one of the following options. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, or target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, or you gain 2 life. Equip 2. So if you have 5 charge counters on this, you can remove as many of those as you want to have those effects. You can give a creature, remove 3 charges, gets +2/+2 3 times, so 2, 4, 6. It becomes a +6/+6. Or on an enemy creature, -3/-3. Or gain 6 life. Whatever works for you. Soul Sworn Spirit, 3 and a blue. It is unblockable. Whenever it enters the battlefield, detain target creature and opponent controls. Until your next turn, that creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. It's 2/1. Reliquary Tower, no max hand size, tap for colorless. Silent Blade Oni, 3 mana, 2 blue, and 2 black. Ninjutsu, 4, a blue and a black. Whenever it deals damage to a player, look at that player's hand. You may cast a spell from among those cards without paying its mana cost. It's a 6/5. Some of those ninjutsu ones are actually really good. Mistblade Shinobi, 2 and a blue, or ninjutsu for 1 blue. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature that player controls to its owner's hand. It's a 1/1. Drown in Shapelessness, 1 and a blue, return target creature to its owner's hand. One with the Stars, 3 and a blue. Enchant creature or enchantment. Enchanted permanent is an enchantment and loses all other card types. Island. You find the villain's lair, 1 and 2 blue. Choose 1. Counter target spell, or draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Cold Steel Heart, 2 mana. It enters tapped. When it enters, you choose a color, and it taps for a mana of that color. Ingenious Infiltrator, 2, a blue and a black. Ninjutsu, blue and a black. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. It's a 2/3. Updraft, 1 and a blue. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Island. Soul Ring, 1 mana. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. Disruption Protocol, 2 blue. As an additional cost to cast the spell, tap an untapped artifact you control or pay 1 mana. Counter target spell. Island. Thriving Isle, enters tapped. Choose a color other than blue. Then you can tap for a blue or 1 mana of the chosen color. Takanuma Abandoned Mire. It's a legendary land. Tap for a black. Or you can channel it. 3 and a black. Channel is a special thing that you do from your hand that I believe either can't be countered or interacted with because it doesn't go on the stack. You discard it, mill 3 cards, then return a creature or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. This ability costs 1 less to cast for each legendary creature you control. Mukotai Ambusher, 3 and a black. Ninjutsu, 1 and a black. Lifelink, 3 and a 2. Erratic Portal, 4 mana. 1 mana and tap. Return target creature to its owner's hand unless its controller pays 1. Path of Ancestry, enters tapped. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with it, scry 1. So, a human or a wizard. I don't think we got many wizards in here, but we should have a couple humans, so that should work. If not, you still get a blue or a black. Nezumi Prowler, 1 and a black. Ninjutsu, 1 and a black. When it enters, target creature you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn, 3/1. Swamp. Opt, 1 mana. You scry 1, meaning you look at the top card of your library, and then put it on the top or bottom, and then you draw a card. Swamp. Command Tower, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Mist Cloaked Herald, 1 blue. It can't be blocked, 1/1. Triton Shore Stalker, 1 blue. Can't be blocked, it's 1/1. Swamp. Moon Snare Specialist, 3 and a blue. Ninjutsu, 2 and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand. It's a 2/2. Sword of Forge and Frontier, 3 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and protection from red and green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. You may play an additional land this turn. 2 mana to equip it. And Mystical Tutor, 1 blue. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card and reveal that card. Shuffle your library, put that card on top. And there you have it, ladies and gents. This is a casual ninja deck. It's as scary as the main one that most people have out there, but it can still do some neat stuff if you can get going. I played it a couple times. It's been fun. I haven't played it since I got Kaido, Bane of Nightmares, and I want to get Kaido of Bane of Nightmares out there, and I want to play with it and test and see how it does, because it looks like it's going to do fantastic, but I need to make it happen. So we will do that one of these days. Anyway, hope you had a good time. Hope this pops some ideas into you. Ninjas are a lot of fun. A lot of people love ninjas. A lot of people love pirates. I'm not as big a pirate person. I prefer ninjas over pirates, especially that one show. It was a movie. I think it was called Dorkness Rising. It was like a indie film these people did when they were playing D&D, but they like acted out everything. And then there was a bit where they took a break from playing D&D and they're going to play another game called Ninjas versus Pirates. And it was about ninjas fighting pirates, but they were trying to get the pizza. So the pizza's the goal, and you played either side, and they tried to get the pizza. It was all like 15 years or something since I've seen that movie, but it stuck out in my head. Anyway, hope you had a good time. We'll catch you later. Thanks for coming.